Emma,
Hey.
good to see you here at Kendal Mountain Festival.
Nice to see you too.
Now, I'm going to start with a criminal pun in that it has been a big year for you with the Big Bang and the Big Issue. Be good to talk about the former first. So
The Big Bang first.
I know I'm lost count already. Big Bang first. First 9/8, ever climbed by a British woman. Sounds pretty good.
They're very good.
But I have a distinct feeling that it didn't always feel good up to that point. I know it was a roller coaster journey. Do you want to tell us a bit about how that first started as well?
It first started, I think it was in 2017. Just thought I'd have a play on it, and hopefully I realised that I was never going to be good enough for it, and that would be it.
I mean, I guess it's a mad point. I mean, for me, I've never gone on 9/8. I'm never going to. But I know that for me, getting on my first 8/8, for instance, was a real moment, and it's a real psychological one because I never thought I was going to climb that grade. And so there was an element of being unworthy and the such like.
A lot of doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you pushed on.
I did push on.
For better or for worse.
I'm not stubborn for nothing. I think I kind of knew I was struggling with the top bit, but I also knew that if whatever calf was climbing, it was sort of my style, and that kind of gave me some vague hope.
By your style as well, I know that
Dirty little rag.
the head wall is meant to be obscene.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't an easy. So since 2017, I know, because I think probably like many people out there, I've followed your journey on the social media channels, which is a cool thing. But equally, it shows the highs and lows. You know, for instance, it was clear that you were actually making some good links. You were making progress, but then I know you've had problems with your shoulder, multiple problems with probably your shoulders, your fingers, probably multiple problems with your fingers. And how did that all?
I think so. In 2018, when I was trying it, I didn't have so many problems, but I wasn't necessarily completely focused on Big Bang, and I had other projects. So it was kind of dipping in and out, and maybe that kept me more injury-free, I don't know. But I did the classic climber mistake of thinking that a climbing trip is a holiday, which when you're working in route setting full time,
Was not.
It's not a holiday.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of February this year, I was setting for the Welsh Championships and pulled every muscle in my shoulder, I think. I don't really know, but it really hurt.
On a scientific level, you pulled everything.
I pulled everything. Panicked a lot, went to my physio, was like, I can't climb, I can't move. Do I need an MRI? Have I torn something? And she was like, just have a couple of weeks. It's going to feel horrendous for a couple of weeks, and then we'll see. And she gave me a load of rehab exercises, followed those. Had 3 weeks off setting, so cancelled a load of work and panicked financially. And then 3 weeks later, my first day back setting, I then hurt my finger. I think I did a hip joint just rolling on a hold.
So 2018, negative.
No, 2019. It was this year.
Oh my god, that's even madder. I didn't.
Last year was sort of okay. I think I managed the injuries better last year, but this year it just all seemed to go to pot.
And going back, onto the setting, it is really physical work, isn't it? So it's not like, for instance, I work behind a desk, and if I go out after work, I'm maybe a bit lethargic because of the fact that I've just been standing or sitting all day. For you, you're actually goosed because of the fact that you've been hauling, you've probably had a drill in your hand all day.
Yeah.
Who knows what?
Carrying a heavy tray of holds.
Yeah.
One of them, and then you've got to test whatever you set.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
No.
And so, injury, time away with work, and this is all at what is possibly one of the most awkward crags in the world to get in good condition because of the fact that it's right close to the sea.
So I think last year I actually ended up last minute cancelling a few days of work when the conditions looked good.
That's an honourable cause.
Well, I felt bad about it. I don't know whether I got a bad reputation for it, but at the same time, I was getting so close last year, like falling off the last 5 moves, that this year I tried to be a bit more planned and looked at the tide windows and made sure I had those weeks free from work. But then you can't predict the weather.
Yeah.
Like now, I'd kept time free for now, and just in case, and the weather's been awful.
And going back onto the day itself, when you did it feel easy?
I think it always does with these things, doesn't it?
And was there anything different about that day, conditions-wise, or...?
The conditions were more shit than they had been the few sessions before.
I mean, that's
that.
mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
And do you think that manages your expectation at all? Do you think you approach it, therefore, just thinking, oh, well, it's not very good, but...
I didn't think it was going to be the last day I would have, that would have been the only possible day left to do it weather-wise. I was setting for the league championships the day after for 3 days. But I was really scatty on that day. Like, I forgot my liquid chalk, I forgot a few other things. You know, things you have in your routine where you're just like, this isn't going to go very well. But then somehow I think it just changed the pressure and myself and just...
This is going to sound like a
climbing.
really weird question, but was it satisfying to have done it? Or was it actually, and I'm not necessarily saying dissatisfying, but after you've climbed something that you've invested years of your life into, I find that there's not a dissatisfaction, but there's more this just sort of element of feeling a little lost, because you're like, bugger, what am I going to do? And where did it feel on that spectrum?
It's a little bit bittersweet, and I was like, I don't need to check the tides anymore.
Yeah.
I don't need to check
I'm only climbing on mountain crags.
I don't need to check the conditions. I did need to go back down a few days later to film back on it.
Yeah.
But I think for the few weeks I was like, I just had to accept that I was going to feel a little bit lost, and I didn't have any more goals or any motivation apart from just going and drinking a lot.
Yeah, just unwind.
Yeah.
So, on the flip side of that, the big issue, up there with, again, one of the coolest traditional walls around. I mean, it overhangs significantly, and it, from a distance, doesn't look like it has many jugs on it.
No.
How did that go down for you?
I think, again, I picked probably the two most conditions-dependent routes you could possibly ever find.
Yeah.
So, again, that was like a pretty mental time when I did it. Like, I think I tried Big Bang 2 days before it, got falling off the top, then drove to London, did a creative climbing route setting workshop, didn't get to London till 2 a.m. Then drove from there to Pembroke, didn't get to Pembroke till 2 a.m. And then was like, right, I've got a day to do the route.
It's a rock and roll lifestyle, isn't it?
I mean, it was the worst. Again, it was probably the worst prep I probably could have had. But again, it was the only day that it was good enough to try it. And I'd been down so many times with like Maddie and other people, and it had rained. It was too hot. It was too greasy. It was too wet.
I mean, the big issue is had like a renaissance year almost. I mean, because there was loads of people on it, from people considering, I mean, it's an E9. I mean, it's
a safer one than a lot of them, I think. And it's, if you're going to pick an E9 to do, that's the one.
It's pretty cool.
It's wild, it's by the sea, it's steep, it gets glorious sunlight on it. Yeah.
So I guess up to the next. I know you've just got back from a trip to Oleana where, and I was saying this earlier, on the word on the grapevine was, I mean, whilst you did fisheye, you did it remembering almost not a single sequence from bottom to top, and ended up fumbling your way through. But that shows if you can climb HC, barely knowing the sequence, you're still going all right. So that is time for that old question now. Where do you go from here?
I mean, I think, so the initial plan with fisheye had been to check out Escalata Masters, but it was wet, and I've heard that holes have broken on it, making it even harder again now.
Splendid.
So hence going back on fisheye, and I think one of the things I said, I tried it a couple of years ago, and it was always one of those routes that I kept on having brief flings with that I never kind of got fully involved on. I almost got through the hard bit in the dark, but couldn't see my fault. And then somehow winged it on my first go after a rest day and got flash pumped out.
It's worth a news item on UKC alone, isn't it? Emma Twyford comes route in the dark that she didn't even know the moves on, or something like that.
I think I would have been scared. I think one of the things that it showed was as soon as I hit the less steep bit on the crimps, that's where I recovered. And I was fine. And it's like, this is where everyone falls off. And I was like, I'm okay.
But I
think so. I checked out another route there straight after.
Yeah.
And we didn't have time for another rest day, so I was pretty trashed.
So watch out for Oleana next year.
Watch out, well, if I find the time from work.
Yeah. And I guess though, again, going back onto the year you've had this year with Big Issue, Big Bang, it's quite unlikely to just have a single sort of project or a single style or a single discipline. You tend to mix it up. So I guess it's that, you know, you got any other trad stuff you're hoping to do throughout 2020, or is it just mileage, have fun?
Probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
I think I like the having fun bit, but I also like, I am quite a driven person,
Yeah.
so I like having.
I didn't think you were just going to slack off. That 2020 actually, no news for Twyford in it.
I mean, so I think the one in Oleana, so I tried J Mama, and I'd like to go back and see if I can try that more, because there was only one move that I was struggling with, and I was making good links on it tired, so it would be good to go back on site for that. I tried Mission Impossible with Angus last year.
And that is a pretty cool looking
another Neil Carson line.
Yeah. And I guess, again, if there's something we could say about Neil Carson another time, but
He's
this
a
line
beast.
is one, I mean, it's one of the most outrageous, it's the big issue almost of
in the
mountain rock
mountains,
world,
yeah.
isn't it? Really steep, awkwardly on top of a hill.
But I felt like I didn't have the time to juggle between the two this
Yeah.
year, and Big Bang was always my priority.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to the Dolomites. That's
Cool.
the plan.
Well, that's a good triple hit. Right, Emma, thanks ever so much
No
for taking
worries.
time out to talk
Thank
to us,
you.
and see you soon.
Thank you.